Ladies and or gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zeno, and it has now been just over 400 days of Zenless Zone Zero. I just realized this. 402 days is what my Heya lab actually tells me. So I figured it'd be time to sit down and probably give you another account overview of all the different characters I have, the different mindscapes, the engines, and just a brief, just like, you know, TLDR of like, what do I think of the game, where it's headed, how do I, like, you know, how am I enjoying the story so far, the 2.0 onwards. How did I enjoy the first year of the game? And yeah, it's been a long time since I've done one of these for ZZZ specifically, especially because I took a break from making ZZZ videos for a few months. So buckle in. These videos tend to be quite long, these progress style report videos where I kind of go over a little bit of everything. And as I haven't done one of these videos in a long time, there's going to be a lot to discuss. So yesterday I did upload, as of recording, my Alice summon videos, and there is the beautiful bouncing bunny on the screen right now with her swimsuit. Luckily, it only cost me like $30 in the end just to buy enough currency to get the swimsuit. I got lucky once again. But let's go over, we'll start with just an account overview of all the different characters I have, the different builds. We'll kind of skim through them because there's a lot of characters to go through. And then I'll talk a little bit about some of the end game stuff, about what I'm enjoying, some of the scores and some of the things that I get, and then we'll touch on some story and some of the events and things like that, and just my future plans for the characters that I will be adding to my account or things that I want to build. So, of course, this is an opportunity also for other people to let me know how long you've been playing ZZZ for. How has your account progressed? Is it characters that you're looking for on reruns? What are you after in the game? Are you enjoying the 2.0 onwards story? Did you enjoy the 1.0 onwards more? And just, yeah, let me know your thoughts on the game. We're over 400 days into ZZZ. And I'll say up front, this is still my favorite gacha game at the moment for the last 400 days since it's launched. Weathering Waves obviously is the main focus on my YouTube channel, and that is a very close second, but there is something just so amazing about this slice of life style, you know, almost like a little bits of hints of Persona. They're just crazy action combat. I love this game so much, and it's also just a perfect Guna game. So, as for who I use on my lock screens, I use Alan, I use Soldier 11, I use Trigger, and I use Silver Soldier Ambi because they're like my favorite characters. Alan is still my absolute favorite character in the game since 1.0 launch, and she still is my favorite even now 400 days later. So let's touch on Alan real quick, just because she is my favorite. She is a 1.0 character. She was the very first limited in the game. I've got her pretty goddamn well built, though I have not built or have not like refarmed anything for her in a long time. She is M1. I picked up her M1 on her last rerun, and I will pick up maybe the M2, maybe M3, just depending on when the next rerun falls, how much currency or how much money I have spare. But I would like to eventually get a really high Mindscaped or an M6, but unfortunately, because Alan is the very first limited agent, even though she had a massive buff when 2.0 etc. launched, and she's got like new skills in her kit, she does like a shit ton more damage. Like, she is so much better. She's so much more fluid and smooth to play. I still haven't mastered her completely compared to the old Alan. She is still, unfortunately, a 1.0 character. So she just kind of falls victim of a lot of the mindscapes aren't particularly good because she is the very first character in the game. So an M6 Alan is not particularly a good investment. I'd be better off investing in like Astra and Lighter and their mindscapes and other things like that. But so M1 Alan for now. I will pick up an M2/M3 just for the name card on the next rerun, and who knows in the future if I'll ever go any further with Alan, just because unfortunately her damage, it goes up, but just not as much as the other agents. Being my favorite character, it kind of does suck, but that's okay. So her M1 does add a little bit of crit rate, I believe. Yeah, it does. It adds, what, 2% times 6, so it adds another 12% crit rate, bringing that up to about 81-ish. And then her Wenjin adds, what is that, another 10% there, so that's like 91-ish. And I don't remember if her core passive actually gives her anything. It doesn't. She's got like roughly 90+% more crit rate, and then her crit damage obviously goes through the roof because she gives herself a ton of crit damage. She's got 3k attack. I would like to obviously put her on a pen ratio eventually, and 4-piece woodpecker. That is the new preferred. From what I've gathered from all the different runs I see of like really good Ellen mains, the preferred is now a 4-piece woodpecker. But unfortunately, I have very good stats on all of my pieces. Like this is really good because I just want to attack. This has got 4 crit. This has got 3 crit. This one obviously can be changed. This has got 5 attack. This is pretty decent because I don't need crit rate anymore. This is hard to change to a pen ratio purely because of this. I rolled this the first like 2 weeks of the entire game over a year ago. It's got 4 crit, an attack percent, and a flat attack. Obviously, pen ratio is going to be better, but this is really hard to replace. And yeah, she's definitely, there is room for improvement, but it's been a long time since I've had any spare time to put aside for Ellen. But she's still my absolute favorite, and of course, you got to get the schoolgirl outfit, because goddamn. As for the other characters, we'll just go top to bottom real quick. Well, not real quick. My Ish one is M2. It did cost me all the top-up packs when the anniversary happened, so that was a nice $300 and something. Whatever all the top-up packs were. And I also saved for the entire patch before. I skipped Vivian and the Hugo patch. So I wanted to get M2 Ish one because I knew that she was going to be Miyabi level broken bullshit, and she absolutely is. And her skin is absolutely freaking diabolical. She's so gorgeous. So she's M2, got a W engine. She's got pretty damn good stats as well, especially because the M2 does add another 10% crit rate there. So that brings her to 58. Where is it? This gives it another 20, so that's 78. This gives another, what, 12% crit rate? So that's 90. So she's at 90% crit rate, plus she's got 166 plus all the extra crap that she gets. Lots of HP, sheer force. She's amazing. Obviously M2, she's a little bit overpowered, but yeah, absolutely love this unit. Still learning how to play her. I'm not gonna lie, she's definitely one of the more complicated units to get the most out of her kit. She's quite versatile in how you actually use her abilities. So, but she's a ton of fun. She's very flashy. She's stupid hot, and she has an awesome skin. Soldier 11 is actually my second favorite unit in the game after Ellen. So I'm the 1.0 favorite guy, where it's like Ellen, Fire and Ice. You got Ellen and you got Soldier 11. I've always been in love with Soldier 11, and I'm very lucky to have her M4, which has definitely helped me have a very powerful Soldier 11 that I can keep putting through all of the endgame content and getting great scores in Deadly Assault. I can bring her through all of Shiyu defense, not a problem. She's heavily invested into. I'm actually one of the few that runs a triple 2-piece set, just because I've got really good stats, even though she can still get better. Whatever, so like, this is really good. That's pretty good. This is pretty good. That's okay, that could be better. That could be better. This is absurd. 4 crit rate and attack percent. And this is okay, could be better. But I did actually summon 4 Evelyn's Wenjin just for Soldier 11, because I wanted my Soldier 11 to be amazing for as long as possible. So Evelyn's one of the very few units I missed because I didn't want to double up on a fire DPS, because I love Soldier 11. So she's got an 81.8 over like 200 and what? 11.8 crit, because she gets like 50% from Evelyn's Wenjin. So she's got really high stats on a triple 2-piece. And the triple 2-piece is what? Fire, attack, and crit damage. So yeah, we'll see. But I love her. I would love to get her M6. It would bump up her damage even more. Another reason I would also like to invest in even more lighter Mindscapes, just because he bumps up my 2 favorite characters, which is Ellen and Soldier 11. Lighter is next. I have him M0, and I just switched him to the new set. I did pick up his Wenjin on the last rerun. I was just rocking free-to-play originally, but because Lighter is honestly one of the best characters in the game, and he's so fun, and he's so freaking cool, and he makes my favorite characters, Ellen and Soldier 11, even better. I picked up his Wenjin. It does make a big difference, and I would very much like to pick up his Mindscape 1 or 2 maybe one day if there's no more supports that I can utilize for Soldier 11 and Alan. But Lighter is incredible. I love his character. He looks awesome. He's got fun. He's got decently fun gameplay for like a stunner and the aura punches. He's awesome. I'd like to invest more into him. Astra, funnily enough, despite the fact that she's like broken support, I'm still rocking free-to-play Astra, M0, and I'm just rocking Sukaku's engine. I've definitely considered going for her M1 or 2, and have definitely considered going for her Wenjin, but she has performed so well, so consistently since her original release that I just don't feel like I need to get it. I feel I should, just to bump up some of my favorite characters, but at the same time, I'm just like, I feel like she's going to get eventually either like not pushed aside or power crept, but just replaced in different ways. And Yuzuha is now a prime example recently of a character that's come out and kind of pushed Astra to the side for anomaly-based teams. So it's just like, all right, now she's more of a general support Astriel, so I'm assuming in the future there will be more characters that come out that are going to be more niche supports, kind of like how Lighter is a specified support for fire and ice as a stunner, and he buffs fire and ice like crit damage or whatever it is. So I that's why I'm kind of hesitant, even though she's stupid amazing and she's super hot and she's got a great skin. Kind of hesitant to invest in her more, just in case that eventually there'll be more niche supports that come out that kind of end up kind of replacing her. But we'll see, we'll see. But Astra has been amazing as just free-to-play Astra since day one. Miami is the only other M2 unit, because she came out in 1.4 and I spent all the top-up packs for Miyabi. Oh, actually, I didn't spend them all. I spent them throughout the year, but I got really lucky with my Miyabi. But Miyabi's just broken bullshit. I don't even need to explain it. She's M2, so she can basically just be a solo anomaly unit if she wants to. She's ridiculous. She now has exactly 100% crit rate in battle with her Mindscape and the set effect. So she has exactly 100 over 190 with 2500 attack. I can probably actually switch out some of the stuff. So, but she's amazing. I don't really need to farm her or anything like that. Got a Wenjin, of course, because it's nuts. She's very strong. I've got fairly decent things. Like I don't feel like I need to switch out anything. She doesn't need to do more damage than she already does. It's Miyabi. She's amazing. Can't wait for the inevitable skin that she's going to get as well. Silver Soldier Ambi, she's in my top 4 to 5 characters. It's Alan and then Soldier 11 as number 1 and 2, and then I don't really know where I would fit some of the others. Ambi and Trigger, and maybe Miyabi. And to be honest, Alice is up there now as well as like 3, 4, 5, 6s and stuff like that. But I absolutely adore Ambi. I was so excited when she got revealed to have a 5-star. I absolutely shed a couple of happy tears. I'm really excited for Ambi's future now because we know Orphe is coming and Orphe does aftershock damage. So she'll finally have like a 3rd slot in the team with Silver Soldier Ambi, Trigger, and Orphe. So that's really exciting. That'll be another reason why I'm going to have to skip Seed in the upcoming patch as of recording, because I do not want to replace Ambi as an electrical crit damage DPS attacker. I'm more than happy with Ambi, and my Ambi is very well invested. I actually just changed her build around completely. She was rocking before like 70-80% crit rate and 220% crit damage, but she had like 2500 attack. I've now changed her build recently, so she's got like in battle, she's got like what, because the set gives you what, 12% crit rate? Yeah, 12% crit rate. So she's got like 80-90% crit rate or something like that. And she's got she gets a lot of crit damage from everything else as well. A lot more attack now. She's fairly well invested. She's not the most fun character to play in the game. She is very fun, but I feel like I have to turn off the damage numbers with Ambi. But I got a Wenjin as well. I love her. I can't wait for her future. And hopefully Orphe will really make her team feel complete. Speaking of Obol Squad, Trigger, absolutely fell in love with Trigger. She is such a sweetheart in the story. I love her so much, and let's be honest, she's absurdly hot, and she has an ass that is divine, but I love her character. She's in the top 5 favorites. I'm still rocking the Aftershock set just because I haven't farmed the other set, and I've got a really good Aftershock set, so I don't really want to put the other new support set on for stunners. I will have to, because it will be better. But she's got amazing crit ratios. and I'm rocking her Wenjin, so she's fantastic. Absolutely love Trigger. Alice is a new character. Haven't touched her since my summons video. I will still work on her. She needs more anomaly proficiency, and maybe if I ever get a really good pen ratio disc 5, I can swap to that. But that's her stats right now, and I got a Wenjin because I had a guaranteed Wenjin because I lost from Fufu. Played around with her a little bit the last day. She's a ton of fun. She's super pretty, super bouncy, and she's basically Miyabi. She's physical Miyabi. She's nearly just as strong as like a base level Miyabi. She's absurd. Yuzuha and Alice are interesting actually because I never planned on summoning for either of them. When I originally saw the characters Yuzuha and Alice, I'm like, oh cool, I finally get a patch where I'm not gonna save or spend freaking money on this goddamn game. And I get to save. Turns out I absolutely fell so hard in love with both Alice and Yuzuha, especially Yuzuha as well. And her story, I'm like, I love this character, and I'm a gooner, guys. they gave him swimsuits, I can't not. That, and she's super broken. And it's like having a second Astra Yao, and considering I need Astra on every freaking team, I kind of needed Yuzuha as well. It'd be really silly of me to pass it up, so I could put Astra on other teams, and then have like Yuzuha for, you know, my Miyabi teams, or now my Alice teams, or my Yanagi or Bernice, or anything like that. So she's amazing. Just rocking her M0, just free to play setup. Just free to play Wenjin, just rocking Kaboom the cannon. I think there is a new support set coming to farm, which means a lot of the characters will be refarmed again. So for now, I'm just going to leave this set as it is. I'm not going to farm any more for her, and just in case I have to farm again in the future. Plap Tiger, Fufu. She's amazing. She's awesome. Super cute. Great butt. She's adorable. Look at that smile. This character cost a lot. This character cost me like 220 plus summons because I lost the 50-50. It was double pity. It was like over 70 plus. And then I went for a Wenjin, and then I lost it like 70 plus for the Wenjin. I was like, oh my God. That was after like a $300 for Yishuan. I'm like, oh, this is not a good start to 2.0. But I managed to just get what you needed for her, which is 50% crit rate to activate the set. I cannot get 3400 attack for the fucking life of me, but I have got 3333. It's close enough. It's very hard to do that with a free-to-play. I'm using Hellfire Gears, which is a standard 5-star Wenjin. You can win off losing a 50-50. You could have chosen it for Anniversary, I think, as well. Yeah, I'm just rocking the basic set for her, but I have tried my very hardest to get all the attack rolls possible. There's some pieces that I could definitely get more attack rolls. This can get attack rolls. So it is possible for me to get 3400 attack. It's just very difficult without a ton of farming. But she's awesome. Use her with Yishuan and the Panda. Speaking of Panda, I don't tend to use the 4-stars much anymore just because I have so many characters on my account. But Pan is amazing. He's really cool. I don't mind his character in the story. And I usually don't care about the big giant characters like Ben the Bear and the big panda here. But he's really good. He does. I got him M6 because I summoned so much for Yishuan. Hundreds and hundreds of summons for Yishuan, so I managed to get him to M6. So he does exactly what he needs to do. He's a little bit clunky, so he will eventually obviously get replaced in the future by another character that will do some of his buffs, but in a premium 5-star version. But for now, the last few months, I am more than happy to use him. I've built him up. I think he only wants like 3k attack or 3100 attack, and that's like it. I'm just rocking the Astral Voice and then just 2-piece Swing Jazz just so I can, and just a free to play. He's free to play 4-star Wenjin maxed out as well. So, but he's good. He's fine. But I definitely think there'll be a premium 5-star version of like a Sheer Force buffer for Sheer Force style characters like Yishuan in the future, and then he'll definitely go. But for now, he does a little bit of healing, a little bit of buffing, more than fine. Haramasa, we got him for free. Not much to say. He's been pretty much. I never finished leveling him up, and I've stripped him of all his stuff. So I would like to finish rebuilding him and actually keep an actual set on him, but I ended up using it for other people. Haramasa's actually really fun. But he came out with Miyabi, and I got M2 Miyabi, so it was just kind of really hard to use him. But he's awesome. He's definitely more skill dependent. G1, M0, I do have her Wenjin as well. I had that since her original release. I do not use her much anymore, admittedly. It kind of sucks. Her Wenjin gives, what, 15% crit rate? Does this give any crit rate? No, so it's 15% there, that's 45. She gets 30% there, that's 75. So it's minimum 75% crit rate. If I use Nicole, she gets like 85, 90% crit rate or something. So her crit rates, it looks low, but it's higher than it is. She's awesome. I love her character. I never quite grasped her combos exactly in the game. And because she was what, 1.1? So, because Alan was 1.0 and then Ishuan, oh no, sorry, Zhuan, not Ishuan. Zhuan was 1.0, 0.5 or 1.1? I don't quite remember. I love her character. She's super awesome. She's really beautiful. She has a giant big gun thing that transforms and blows people away. I'd like to use her more, but she really does pale in comparison to Yishuan now that I have her as an ether DPS, so it's kind of hard to use her. But I would like to use her a bit more in the future. I still love her though, and I'm still glad I picked her up. Chingy, M0, W0, just rocking free to play. I'm rocking Lycon's standard 5-star restrained. I put her on the new King of the Summit. Don't use her as much anymore, but she's really awesome, and I will not say no to Petite Robo with a nice butt. I've tried her in a few teams. I've used her with Alan sometimes. I see people use her with Ishuan, actually. So I haven't tried that, but she pretty much was relegated to a Zhuan team with Heya. But yeah, I'm still really happy about her. She's always been a consistent stunner for me if I ever needed one. Yanagi is amazing. God, she's so hot, but she's amazing. I've had her and her Wenjin since day one, and she's been consistently just incredible. And now that Yuzuha and Alice are here, she's gotten even better. In fact, my pretty much go-to Alice team I can see in the foreseeable future will be Alice, Yuzuha, and Yanagi. And Yanagi obviously goes with Mayabi. I can on-field and just main DPS Yanagi as well. I've been trying Yanagi with Trigger, and I think Trigger and Yuzuha, that's an interesting team that's worked really well, or Trigger and Astra, I think. I don't remember. But yeah, she's been amazing. She's super strong, still one of the better ones. Sakaku, haven't used much for a long time. She's not even completely built anymore. Caesar, unfortunately, is kind of fallen off, but I still really enjoy using her, especially for tower, because tower is really hard. It gets really freaking hard, and that extra shield can sometimes really save you. But Caesar's awesome. I kind of wish I had her Wenjin. It would make her a lot better, but I'm just rocking like free-to-play Transmorpher, just because she doesn't have, as a defense agent, but she's like a stunner. There's really not many options for her. But yeah, apart from that, 4-piece Protopunk. But yeah, no, I've always enjoyed Caesar, but unfortunately, because she's so much of a generalistic support, she kind of fell off just a little bit. But she's still really good in certain situations. She still has decent buffs. If you got her like Wenjin or Mindscape, she's even better. So definitely do not regret her there. And I think one of the last 5 stars is Bernice. And I'm rocking her just with the Battle Pass Light Cone Lip Gloss, and I've got that maxed out at rank 5. I used 5 Battle Passes in a row, which is like, took what, like 6 months? So, because I knew that this is one of the only good Battle Pass weapons actually at all, period. And yeah, just rocking it with this, because this is pretty decent for a free-to-play. Well, quote-unquote free-to-play. Battle Pass is paid, but you know what I mean. She's got okay stats. She could use maybe a bit more attack, but Bernice has always been like a fairly reliable character for me, where it's like if I need to put her in a Yanagi team, I need to put her in a Mayabi team. Now I can even maybe try her out with an Alice. She's always there as a backup if I've got some of the other units in a different team for something else, like a Shiyu defense or a Deadly Assault. This hot little blonde bimbo has always been fantastic, so I won't say no to Bernice. I am happy I picked her up. And I don't think I'll ever invest further into her, but she's been great. Lucy, I don't use too much more anymore. Polkra, I built in the last couple of months just because she's titty kitty. I absolutely love Polkra. She's so hot. And she's ridiculously bouncy. I got her M6, which is great. And rocking just the this here, just the Aftershock set. Should probably put her on the other set, the new Stunning set, probably be better. and just using her Wenjin. But built her up, decent attack, decent crit ratio, decent impact. She's fun to use, but obviously I have Trigger. Nicole's old and reliable. She's still one of the most broken supports in the game if you know how to utilize her correctly. I've actually stopped wearing her free skin because I do prefer her original outfit. Lycon is a character, he's now M3 because I lost so many fucking 50-50s to him. I love this character. I love the actual character and his story. I think he's super cool. He's actually one of my favorites, especially his male characters because there's not many, but he's awesome. I fucking love Lycon. I wanted him so bad for my Ellen when the game launched, and for the first 6 months I didn't get a single copy of him, and it wasn't until you got 300 standard pulls that you get to select the 5-star. I selected Lycon, and then the next 50-50 lost was another Lycon. So I waited 6 months to finally select him, and then I got another one straight away, and then I got another one, and then I got another one. I was like, I hate you so much. But Lycon's still amazing. I use him with Ellen from time to time, occasionally with Miyabi maybe, if some of the other units are, you know, taken care of somewhere else. Not particularly built or anything like that. Just rocking random crap, but yeah, Lycon's awesome. Never used the 4-star Ambi much, and pretty much every other unit not used. Not built properly. Because I got so many 5-stars, I just never found time to build the rest. Grace is now M1. Rena is only semi-recent, and then I lost 2 more times to get an M2 Rena. So she's actually, and I've got her weapon as well. Actually, what is it? This one here, the Weeping Cradle. So like if I actually want to build up an M2 Rena, she's probably pretty decent. But I just don't have the resources, and these are the rest of the 5-stars. Nekomata's brand new. I got her like a few weeks ago maybe on the standard banner, and then straight away 5 pulls later on the standard banner, I got her Wenjin. And I was like, okay, you guys really wanted me to have the kitty. So, I was like, I always appreciate the fact that she looks like she's dancing as well, by the way. Like, I don't know, it just looks like she's dancing. And these are the only 4 units in the game that I'm missing. Jane, because I got Alan, and then I got Zhu Yuan, so I didn't want 3 DPS back-to-back when the game started. Evelyn is super hot, and she's really got fun gameplay too, and I got Astra, so she should be perfect. But I skipped her purely because I have Soldier 11, and I want to show Soldier 11 as much love as long as I can. Same reason with Hugo. I looked at him, I'm like, he's not really my type of character. He's got an interesting DPS playstyle, but... and I fell in love with him through the story. I actually really enjoyed his story, especially with Vivian as well. But again, I have an M2 Miyabi, and Alan's my favorite character. So I wanted to make sure that I use Alan for as long as I can, or worst case Miyabi. So I just didn't need a 3rd ice DPS attacker. And Vivian, I skipped. I don't know. I want to pick her up one day. I do like her. She's super pretty. She's got a cool story. You know, I did enjoy it a lot, and she's like super powerful, especially for anomaly teams. But I've been completely fine with Bernice, Yanagi, Miyabi, and now I've got Yuzuha, Alice. I don't necessarily need her, even though she'd make a lot of other teams better. But she's awesome, but I skipped that entire patch with Hugo and Vivian because I wanted to save up for each one, and it still cost me $300. So that's pretty much every character. I'm only missing 4 characters in the game. So I've been very lucky with my pulls, and I've obviously spent a little bit of money, not too much, just like the top-up packs and just a couple of little small ones last year. So, Orphe's coming, and I want Orphe and her Wenjin, so we'll see how much it costs, because Alice literally drained me down to exactly 0 pulls. But they're all my agents. They're all the, roughly kind of what their builds and everything look like. So that's a big portion of the video. Obviously, account rank 60. I hit 60 a while back. What else is there to talk about? As far as like endgame and stuff like that, I will put up a picture on the screen about Deadly Assault. Because I've got a couple of M2 units, Miyabi in each one, and my Soldier 11 is very well looked after and invested in, I have managed to rank in the 1.73% on the last rotation, and 1.92% on the previous rotation before that. Now that we actually got rankings, it's really exciting to look at that. I haven't really done much for this one. I did one run of this Deadly Assault. I got to further optimize it. But I actually really enjoy the competitive aspect because this game is so much fun for me to play. So outside of that, I have never not like max starred a Shiyu defense. They're very easy for me. Deadly Assault again is also very easily to max star for me personally. That's also just because I have a very well invested account and a lot of characters. This is what happened. Like I always make sure to put Ellen and Soldier 11 through if I can do it. And so this is my Ellen and Soldier 11. Make sure to lock them in and, you know, get all the max score that I can. And I also did this with Miyabi and stuff like that. And Ambi, I think, on the side one. But, yeah, I have not max starred, I think, a Shiyu defense since the game began. Or maybe I missed the first one, potentially. Because I have so many units and all of them are fairly well invested. Deadly Assault's a lot of fun. I got to actually practice more on this current Deadly Assault because it's difficult. I don't know what teams to use where. So we'll get the rankings up to 40k plus each probably. But yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to playing around with Alice more. As far as like story goes and as far as like where we're headed in 2.0, I'm enjoying the story. I'm enjoying where it's going. I think 2.1 was so much stronger than 2.0. I think the 2.0 story was fine. It was decent because it was setting up everything, but I will admit that it did drag a tiny bit in the middle, and I don't know, it wasn't, I'm not quite as captivated with the 2.0 cast yet. I think the 2.1 cast with Alice, Yuzuha, the big guy as well, forgotten his name, he's awesome. I hope he becomes a playable unit, hopefully a 5-star, but most likely a 4-star agent or whatever it is, so... But I'm enjoying the story. I'm enjoying the fact that Bell and Wise, I obviously main Bell, being a professional simp. But I'm enjoying the fact that they've kind of got more powers now and that they're actually going into the hollows themselves. I do kind of miss some of the old school TV stuff that a lot of people don't know anything about anymore, that are actually not even available unless you change the modes in the main story. Back when the game first came out, back in my day, we had TV mode, which is pretty much gone now, which is crazy that a lot of people don't know what TV mode is anymore. It's fucking crazy to me. But I'm enjoying where the story's going. I love the fact that all the characters keep coming back time and time again. It's probably another reason I really enjoy this game as a whole, is because they're constantly revisiting old locations or having old characters come back time and time again for events, for main stories, for side stories. And it just makes the world feel so much more lived in. I get to see all the characters from over a year ago still return on a consistent basis, and it makes it so much more believable for me. It's probably why I enjoy it, and that and the combat. I just think the combat is just fucking excellent. It's a very easy game to get all the max scores and most of the deadly assaults and Shiyu defenses once you have like an account built up, and you can just kind of mash away. But to really optimize it, like, as much as I'm not a fighting game person, it's like a fighting game, man. Like, the intricacies in the combos and the special tech that you can learn, this game's deep. Like, I think it's still got the best combat system personally, because you can mash your way through it and get all the rewards and just finish the story and do it whatever you need to do. But I think that the hard end game, if you want to get like really, really high score top clears and do the high end battle tower, shit's hard. Or at least for casual people like me, like it's not easy. It takes skill, because this game is like resource management, where you can spend your resources that you build up with each character at any given time, whenever you want in a fight. And I just think it just makes it so much more dynamic compared to something even like Withering Waves, which has got a really good combat system, but it's very rotational based. It's like, all right, skill, ultimate, forte, swap. Skill, ultimate, forte, swap. And you kind of just, you get into a repeating cycle, whereas Zenless Zone Zero is like, no, the bosses will fuck you up. Like, they will attack, they'll make you do mechanics, they'll make you do special dodges, special blocks, special assists, parry, I don't know, anything. Like, you've got to be on your toes. Like, you can't just mash away. Like, you cannot. Like, I find it exhilarating. I find it very fun. Not everyone does, of course, but this is just a personal thing. The music in this game is so good. Like, I listen to the soundtrack from this game on a consistent basis. It's got my favorite, one of my favorite video game soundtracks probably ever, but it's got my favorite gacha soundtrack by a mile. I think this is my type of music. The battle music is my type of music, so I personally just love it. But yeah, endgame I enjoy. I try and min-max as much as I can because I genuinely enjoy the combat. Characters, I love it. The animations are amazing. The game is so expressive. It's so emotive with all the different like facial features and the jigglies and all that. like Alice doesn't need to be this jiggly, but she is, and I fucking love it. But I love Zenless Zone Zero. It still remains my favorite gacha game 400 plus days later. And I'm curious and I'm excited to see where the next 400 days go. Of course, like any gacha and live service game, especially one that's run by Heyaverse of all people, this could go down the drain more and more and more until it becomes just a shell of its former self. But for now, I'm having so much fun with this game. I love it so dearly. I love the characters, the environments, the stories, the music, the gameplay. The events are fun. I think it's got some of the best events in gacha. Like, they're just fun, dumb events. They have so many different styles of events. And yeah, that's probably about it. But I love Zenless Zone Zero, sincerely. It's an incredible game, and I'm so blessed to have been playing it now for over 400 days. And I don't mind giving them money, even though it's Heyaverse. I don't mind, because Zenless Zone Zero is just built different. Not everyone shares that same opinion. That's okay. A lot of people bounce off. They don't enjoy it. They don't find it fun. They don't like the characters and the story, and but I love it, man. I fucking love this game. And yeah, that's probably about it. Don't know what else I can really go over, but I'm very behind in events at the moment. I'm very behind in events. So I'll catch up eventually. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I don't think anyone actually stayed to the end of this video anyway, but just in case you did, please let me know that there's someone out there in the YouTube world that actually listened to me ramble for nearly 40 minutes. That'd be great. I doubt it, but yeah, we'll see what happens, and we'll touch base maybe in 500 days. So another 100 days from now, and we'll see where the game's at. So anyway, I'll leave the video there. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to me ramble. Nonetheless, hope you guys are having a fan-freaking-tastic rest of the day. And as always, my name is Zeno, and you guys take care now.